Hey, everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right, and welcome to another live on location. And so, yes, I'm in, guess where I'm at? Yep, there we go. For those of you listening and not watching, I'm pointing at a big poster or whatever on the wall that says Austin, because I'm in Austin, Texas. And Danny is still in Phoenix,
yes.
Scottsdale. And so this is week 51. And right before this episode, I was getting everything prepared. This is episode 356.
Yes.
So we are down to single digits.
Yes, we are. We are at the finish line. I'm running. For those of you who are listening, I'm running.
There's no light at the end of the tunnel. All I see is light. Yeah. So what's that?
It's so funny.
Yeah, it is. It is. I can't believe everything that we were able to accomplish.
Yeah.
So today I'm flying actually from Texas over to Arizona to be with. I guess I'm going to go hang out with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty please. Yeah. I miss you so much.
Yeah. And every day I check in on our dogs. Our dogs are at a daycare in Orlando, and it's not actually in Orlando. It's way south of Orlando, but they take care of the dogs so well. The dogs are just being spoiled to death. So yeah, they're doing just fine.
Yes. And then update on my mom. She got her pre-op scheduled. And that's today. And so super excited. We've just had so many things in motion of trying to figure out vehicle research. Are we going to need vehicle that has wheelchair access? Is she going to be able to be in the walker and be able to transfer fairly easy, or do we need a transfer seat? And I feel like I'm just being educated about a whole new world,
right.
While I'm here, and not knowing exactly if we're going to need it or not. So I'm excited about this pre-op appointment so that, we can hear what the doctor has to say about, what he thinks. I know it's really largely dependent upon my mom, and my mom, I got my stubbornness from her. So I think she'll likely be, as long as the pain isn't, horrific, she'll likely be stubborn enough to make sure that she's exercising every day and getting up on that walker as soon as that knee is fixed. So yeah, it's just exciting to be at the next step to see when surgery can get scheduled and things like that. So I'm glad I'm here for it. And the rest of the family comes in today as well. So my sister and her family of 8 are going to be here this evening, and we'll get to see them tomorrow on Friday. So
here comes the bus.
Yep, here comes the bus is right. It's excited that everybody will be here and be able to, be with mom and just be with family. It's going to be super cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. And of course, it's the end of the year, and it's funny. I wish, I don't know what those, what you could call that chart, where, you see the line and it barely goes up, and then it just shoots straight up, right?
Yeah.
That's us. That in 2008, at the end of 2008, we were doing about this much.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2009, at the end of the year, we were doing about this much.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2010, and for those of you listening, my hand is going up very little. And then all of a sudden, around 2015, it started, it started curving up. And then 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And now we're doing so much in November and December that, I can't even imagine waiting for the last 2 weeks to do all of the stuff we're doing in November and December just to prepare for the end of the year.
That's right.
And it's just, it's amazing. And it's mind blowing, but it's just I'm like, man, we used to do this.
Yeah, it really is crazy. And just to throw in our deal, it is still in final stages. I think I said that for 4 weeks in a row. Not really. I think
that's multifamily though.
Yeah, it is. Every single week it's been a further stage, right? And so the lender's at the final questions of really you and I, Flip, we're submitting some of our information so that we can get final underwriting on us done. And then we should be able to close. So I'm super excited about that. It's always really hard when you're doing it during the holidays because you're trying to figure out, okay, how fast can I get this done? Because, our team is going to be off and the bank is going to be closed. And it's just, there's a little added stress element.
Who's going to be open?
Yeah. To trying to get anything done during the holidays. Plus people are just tend to be checked out and slower than normal. So everybody's thinking about family and thinking about, preparing the grocery shopping list, all these things that are going on in your head during this time. So a little bit of stress there, added stress, I should say, but it's looking good, and I'm excited to get this one across the finish line.
Yeah, there's one company I was dealing with that they said, oh, by the way, we're going to be closed from December 23rd to January 2nd. And I'm just like, ooh,
dang.
I'm going to get myself out.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's funny because we're just yesterday, I'll make this quick. We were talking about, our team and making sure that as everybody wants time off around these holidays, that we still have enough team members working, to be able to keep the business running, right? We can't all take off at the same time. We have to layer it, and you and I, chip in when other leaders are taking off, and other leaders chip in when we're taking off, and things like that. And so we were just talking about maintenance calls over the, holidays, and it was just a funny discussion. I can't imagine if somebody's doorknob breaks, they're going to call us on Christmas Day, but who knows? We're really there for the emergencies, right? And in Ohio, it's cold. So making sure that our team is available for, any emergencies like that. So it's interesting, as the holidays approach, to be talking about this on a podcast, because it really is a different time in a business to plan and implement things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyways, I'll stop jibber jabbering.
Yeah. The last thing I'm going to say is about Austin, Texas. If you've never been to Austin, Texas, it's definitely someplace to go. They call it Keep Austin Weird because there are some interesting things down here. But it's also known as the live music capital of the world. Now, Nashville will easily say that they're the live music capital of the world, and I think they just call themselves the music capital of the world, or country music capital. But it's amazing because I went out and saw a group the other night that my brother was playing in, and it's just this little dive bar down, on a street that's, it's a busy street, but you would have driven by this bar without a second thought of going, oh, I bet you there's some incredible musicians in there playing tonight. It was great. So if you ever get to Austin, make sure you check out the live music scene. It was an amazing band with, one of the singers was on The Voice. I mean, this guy was amazing.
Wow.
And there's 40 or 50 people in there listening to this group. And I'm just like, this is just crazy. Anyway, not talk about jibber jabber. Anyway, we hope that you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you're heading on over to our website, Freedom Capital Investments, to join the investor club. You only got a little bit of time left. But make sure you join the investor club. Make sure you're checking us out on all the social medias. But we hope you're having a happy and safe holiday season. But we like to end all of our episodes with
Invest Smart.
Live happy. Bye, everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit and loss.